good morning. Happy Sunday. What a glorious Sunday it is. I'm going to get these janky nails done today. Mostly that one. Sorry, that one. Yeah, I hit it and it bent a little and then it just it just peeled off. But you know what? They held on strong. That one I'm still trying to grow out because surgery hand. How long is that going to stay tender to hit? Does anybody know?
Because right up here at the top.
I mean, if I just barely tap it, getting something, what? If I just barely hit it, getting something out of my purse, it makes me want to scream. It doesn't last long, thank God. But the pain is intense, okay? It's just sensitive. Like me, very sensitive. Okay, so I don't know if you're aware of this, but if you ever go to YouTube and you watch one video on YouTube about a police chase, about sewing, about how to make a wreath, then all of a sudden that's the videos that they start pushing to you, which is where we are now. A friend on Facebook posted a video about a chase in Georgia, and the guy had hit a school bus before kind of careening off this hill. And lo and behold, had a child in the car with him while he was racing down these roads. People are dumb. But anyway, that has led to me watching a whole lot more chase videos. And there are two channels that I really like. Georgia Boys, BOYZZZ, and I think it's called Country Boys, BOYZZZ. But they just post a bunch of chase videos if you like watching chases. Now, it's told me a couple of things. This is going to make my shoulder hurt. That's not what it told me, though. It's told me a couple of things. One, I'm glad that I never became a police officer. I'm glad I stayed in that civilian position because I can guarantee you I would not have done well trying to be in a chase. My job was inside. And my job was writing down. I go back to the writing down stage. Because the sheriff's office is slow about getting new equipment for their employees, but I digress on that. But like 911 has computers that they type it all into. I was handwriting it all out. And when a chase would occur, you know, they were giving you, I'm going west on Dixie, north on Main Street, whatever. And, I mean, the absolute worst part, well, one was trying to write as fast as they were talking.
Because, you know, when somebody gets excited, they talk real fast, and then you have to write it all down.
And between the ADD and the possible dyslexia, I know dyslexia is not funny, or ADD, but I sometimes transpose numbers. But so I had to learn myself, because, you know, when I was in school, we didn't know anything about all this stuff. I had to learn to just keep repeating the number over and over and over, because it's mostly with numbers with me. Yeah. So it would be like 123 Main Street, 123. And as I'm writing it, I'm saying it over and over while I'm still having to listen to what they're saying, because they could, while I'm still writing 123 Main Street as legibly as I could, they could be turning on to, you know, West Avenue and then North Avenue and then Manget, which is pronounced Monjay, unless you're Country Boys and you pronounce it Manget. Yeah, because that's how it's spelled. Anyway, long story short, chases were fun for me. But being in that car and they're flying down the interstate backwards towards other people, and the person in one video I watched, they were like 150 miles an hour, And the trooper was staying right on him. I'm telling you, you can't really outrun a trooper. The problem with a police car is, I mean, they're very fast, but they're kind of heavy. So it takes them a little longer to get going. This is just by what I see, nothing that I know. But you know, they got the bumpers and all that stuff and special equipment and all that there kind of thing. But once they get going, you better watch out because they're going. He was going 150 miles per hour on the interstate trying to stop this dude. And I think the dude had killed someone, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, people in the comments were like, why didn't you just let him go? You were endangering other people. Well, because he killed someone, and then he ran from the police. So you can't just let people go, okay? That's not how it works. Well, all that leads me to the last video I watched. They put the guy in the back seat, and one thing I've noticed on the end of all these chase videos, if the driver survives, which is not always, sadly. But if the driver survives, they get in the back seat of the car, and the first thing that they ask is, what did I do wrong? Why were you chasing me? Well, because you ran. Because I pulled you over. Because, like, you were going too fast, or you were driving erratically, or your vehicle matched the description of a wanted vehicle in this area, and your tag number was covered up, and, you know, just all kinds of things. But, yeah, that's the first thing they always ask is, why did you pull me over? Well, because you were violating the law, and then you're getting arrested because you ran. I mean, the simple thing is don't run. But anyway, that's the first thing they ask. But this last guy, it's today's video on Georgia Boys. He's like cussing and screaming, and I didn't do anything, and I don't know why you're taking me to jail because I didn't do anything. Sir, he pulled you over. As he was about to step out of his vehicle, you took off. He took off after you. You went up the interstate. He pitted you, and then it turned you around backwards, and then you went the wrong way on the interstate. And he was right behind you. They were all in the emergency lane. Thank God. But I loved-ish when we got those calls at the jail where the cop would call and be like, hey, I'm bringing in a live one. That doesn't mean alive. That means wild. And you could hear him screaming in the background. A lot of times it was women. Y'all, women are ridiculous in jail. They're just ridiculous. But I would tell the deputies, hey, they're bringing in a live one. And sometimes they would say, I'm bringing in a live one, and he has no clothes. And they would take clothes out to put on him before they brought him in the back door. Because you ride like you hide. So if you're going to hide from the police naked, then you're going to go to jail naked. That's just plain and simple how it's going to be. And sometimes they're running from the police in their car naked. So, yeah, you're coming to jail naked. Sorry. But, yeah, they would go out and get them out of the car and put their clothes on and bring them in. And they usually would just walk straight past my window because they were in such a state that they didn't want to talk to me. I'd be like, well, okay, I'll see you when you get back. And they would take them down to the pad. And that would settle their soul. Yeah, they would put them in there. And they could walk around and be mad and hit their head on the wall and do all the things and it wouldn't hurt them. And then they could bring them down there to talk to me. And the first thing is, can I call my mom? As soon as I get you booked in, I just need this information. Who's your next of kin? I ain't got nobody. Well, then you can't use the phone. What? Well, I mean, if you don't have anybody for me to call, then you don't have anybody to call. Well, I need to call my mom. That would be your next of kin. Literally, we're only going to call her in case you die and we need to release this property to someone, okay? We're not just going to call her to talk about you and tell her how you behaved when you got here. We're not going to do that, okay? People are weird. It's a weird world, but it keeps law enforcement in business, you know? I told Naomi that I would take her to Home Goods, so we went to Home Goods this morning. I wanted a double tier, like, potato basket thing, because I've learned you cannot put your white potatoes with your red potatoes. You know, not red, sweet potatoes. Because the white potatoes caused my sweet potatoes to rot when I put them all together. Isn't that rude? And you can't put your onions with potatoes. It's all so very weird, isn't it? Ugh. On another note, I've been working on this app called GetFly. It's, I think it's $3.99 a month. I went ahead and signed up for that just to get the idea of what to do. And every day you have a list of things to do, like make up your bed. And she said, you know, if you do something every day for a month, it becomes a habit. So if you just make yourself get up every morning and make up your bed, then after a month's time, it'll become a habit. And then every night before you go to bed, wipe out your sinks. You know, make sure that they're clean and dry and ready to go. Make sure that all the dishes are done and have your coffee ready. So it's just little helpful hints from Helga, the fly lady. That's not her name. I made that up, but anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to get my nails done. I haven't decided what I want to do yet, but we'll see. I got to start looking at some nail pictures and see what I want to do. I might do something for Halloween. I mean, nothing scary, but, you know, just something. But anyway, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon, because people be crazy. And I will talk to you on the next Tracy Tries. Toodles, my noodles. Stay silly, my friends, and smile. It pisses people off, makes people happy, or just makes them wonder what you've been up to. And let's pray for each other, okay? I've had a lot of prayer requests in the comments lately. Michelle, Becky, her mom's on hospice. There's another lady that her name has left me at this very moment, but her grandson just had heart surgery. Carol and her husband, my friend Donna, she's been through a time, let me tell you. So let's just all pray for each other, okay? All right, toodles, goodbye.